It started with a city above and a city below. One bleached by the sun, weathered and decayed. The other held wonders and artifacts of life before the fractured void. Your adventure is called forward with a simple call for aid. What path you choose will shape how the story is told. Will your path lead you into the mist and forest, or have you delved into the ruined city of Byway, searching for ancient artifacts and ciphers? Will you grow close to those who live in the city, or strive for power?
Everybody, hi, how are you? Thank you, everyone. Welcome back. So excited to have you here. I'm just realizing I need to raise my camera up. I'll do that on break. Hey, everybody. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Just so you know, if this is your first time joining our channel, we are playing Numenera, Stars in the Stone, a system by Monty Cook Games. If you'd like to know more about that, you can ping our lovely game master, Laughmaker D&D, on Twitter and ask her all of your deep and burning questions, as she is now an expert in this system. Right? Right, Jen? Right?
Yes.
You may be wondering today what you can do with all of those lovely channel points you've been accruing in chat. If you joined us for our first live stream, you can do things like gift us. What can you do with channel points? You can gift oddities. You can get some world lore. You can grant edge to our dice pool. All that stuff is free if you just want to sit back, hang out with us, relax, and enjoy the story. If you would like to affect this game with monetary donations, you can do so by subscribing to the game during gameplay or by giving bits during the game. There are specific rewards that are available only to those types of contributions. All of that money goes to the trevorproject.org. Every time I receive a payout, I take no financial income from my Twitch channel whatsoever. And I'm going to cough. One moment. I was just talking for 4 hours straight before this, so it's going to be fun today, y'all. But if you can't affect this game financially, that's fine. We understand. Now, maybe you've already done that. Maybe you already use your channel points. Maybe you've already gone to the hypegoblin.com and you've picked up stickers of all of this beautiful character artwork that's on your screen right now. Maybe you've picked up a shirt. Maybe you've picked up the very first show poster that I've ever created for a game, which is for this show. That's all great. I hope that you frame it, put it up on your wall, and then you tweet a photo of it to us later, because we'd really love to see that. If you do all that and you still want to support the game and help me do things like help cast members with unexpected bills, replace headsets that need upgrading, contribute towards other equipment that needs upgrading. It's very expensive to play games online, but it is one of the things that we all love to do most here. So I like to take care of my players as best I can, and rookandtheraven.com helps me do that. If you use code HYPEGOBLIN, you can get 15% off your total order. They make wonderful modular notebooks for a slew of TTRPG systems. There is also a Atlas notebook that is also modular as well. It's a notebook that can grow with you over time, and it has been well worth the investment for me. And I'm looking forward to getting my second one for my other campaign. This one's currently for my Witchlight campaign, but I'm going to get another one, and then maybe another one. I'm going to get a lot of them. Anyways, that's the ways that you can help us. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jen, and she's going to take us through our intros.
I'm Jen, and I will be the storyteller for this Numenera Stars in the Stone. We are here to play together, and I'm excited to tell the story, and I will go around the table and have you get to know our cast and crew. All right, so first up, who do we have? There we go. Let's go with Viridia. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey everybody, it's me, Sarah, or Sir Hackalot, either one. I respond to both at this point. I'm playing Viridia Croyle, the glint, the clever glint who entertains, who by intuition got us out of kind of a sticky situation last session. So we'll see what happens this time around. Let's keep on moving on.
Up next, Hyican. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma, or Marus on Twitter, or Saracent on Twitch, and I'll be playing Hyacinth, the nano who has never made a single wrong decision in their life because they're only wrong if you regret them.
Up next, we have Asholotte. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Dark greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Velvet, and you can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar. I will be playing Asholotte, the glaive, who is just a pretty gnarly big robot lady with an axe. Last
but not least, Clever Jack. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for taking over intros. My vocal cords need a little bit of a rest. Hi, everybody. I am Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Clever Jack, who also uses she, her pronouns. And we are the Clever Jack. I reached real deep for this character name this time.
All right. We did get a lore redemption, so I'm going to read that out loud. I did post it into our Twitch chat, but reading it aloud helps us grow as community. So the lore for today is the Blood Sun Tree, located on the northwest side of Talcian, a massive twisted tree harboring red spores with glowless bulbous orb in the center. It seems to bleed a molten liquid of some sorts. There is a miasma that surrounds it, and the fields that it kind of sits upon. Red reeds seem to grow around it, creating a hazardous area near and around it. Low-lying hills and sharp rocks lie hidden in their surrounding area. Also got an oddity redemption going to Sarah. The oddity rolled is a pink cuboid with silver edges made of artificial animal parts that makes everything look pink.
Which Sarah? There's two.
HG.
Me? Okay. I'll copy that into my sheet. Thank you, chat.
All right. Thank you for redeeming those. We appreciate it very much. Now, for a bit of a recap. He sits upon an unobserving throne, seeking the lights of wisdom and cleverness of minds. The unfolding space before her glittering like diamond dust, falling into a roaring wave of reality and story. Stars collect together to weave this story for our four travelers of the Averfells. With tasks granted to them, they were guided towards the below, the city that rests beneath the above. Viridia, previously tasked with delivering wool to a shopkeeper, decided to keep their wares with them. Clever Jack, wanting to avoid the monetary fee, guided the group through a cave system, only to be challenged by the mists that linger there and bring the smell of sea and flowers. With memories haunting them, challenging them, the group fled. With many of the group injured, they stumbled into a tapestry-filled cavern. There, they met the Glooming Eyes, a being that mimics the mannerisms of humans, but fails to do so perfectly. With some negotiations and promises, the group is led away from the echoes, the home of the Glooming Eyes, and into the city proper. Between the two choices, they chose to help Nate, the shopkeeper, looking for ciphers within the E-ring tunnels, as well as the Star Junction. Both Asholotte and Hyican gained some artifacts and some moments of weird elements of the world that come into fruition through observation, card draws, and storytelling. At the end of the day, in need of recovering from their wounds, the group goes to Jack's home to rest and recover. They make plans and return to the Glooming Eyes for a map in exchange for their memories, or at least a cipher. The Glooming Eyes gives them a kind of woven tapestry that updates in lifetime. And this map is known as the Map of Memories. Within this, the group has now a quest to follow within these tunnels and to search for these ciphers for Nate. Which tunnel they choose is up to them, and we are to find out today. Now, the Map of Memories, you know surface level. You know what it does and how it updates. Through discovery and interest, you will find out more about this map. It is a cipher. It has unlimited uses, but it does have drawbacks. What these drawbacks are, you'll find out as you use more of it. So, as we kind of peer into this world, this wreck of the world that seems to be pondering within itself, what are the four of you doing, gathering just outside the echoes, having left the Glooming Eyes behind?
We are all
Well.
staring at one another, pondering everything that we just heard.
Well, does that fancy map there tell us what direction to go next?
Our memories will update depending on which tunnel you choose.
Who currently has the map?
Me, I think.
Okay. Yeah, has it already has it updated yet? Which way should we go? Also, did anyone else find it weird that the Gloaming Eyes kind of has a thing for Asholotte? Is it the shiny?
I mean, the shiny doesn't hurt, does it?
No. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the shiny could hurt with this one, but might be okay with it.
They usually are.
All right, so we had 2 places to go. So, looking at the map, it could be leading us towards either of them. So, I think we get to choose where we're going, and hopefully it'll do a thing. I don't know. I know. Okay, maybe not just as much as you, probably a little bit more than you, but about as much as you about what's going on.
What if we flipped a coin?
Or maybe the person who's from down here could have some kind of input about which place would be good to go.
I mean,
I don't know. I like the coin idea.
Yeah, I've explored these tunnels before, but it's not like I was totally sober when I did, so I don't remember where half of them lead. But some of them are a really good time with the right people or person or people.
Has anybody ever told you you're no help at all? Fine, coin.
Hey, I got us down here and I saved us the 8 coins that would have taken each of us to pay our toll, okay? I think that was a lot of help. We are now in a better financial position than we would have been.
We're just sliding over the whole bit between those, yeah? With the caves and the fog and the turning inside out.
The lizards, kind of.
I mean, at least now you know what the risks are. So if you come into the tunnels, you're better prepared. And also, if we had not taken my route, we would not have met the Glooming Eyes when we did. We made a friend.
I'll give you that, I suppose. All right, fine. Coin, earring, Star Junction. Earrings it is. And thus another potential good decision and reduced to the random waves of chance. I mean, most of them are, and I get the feeling with some of you even more are. Let's go then, I guess.
All right.
All right. So, with map in hand and you traversing the below, back through the city proper with the sounds of the markets and the sounds of people moving around you, slipping by you easily and gently, you are able to head to E-Rings, the tunnel that is... Let's see, where is this tunnel? I need you to focus, map. There we go. The Erie tunnels is through the byway tunnel. And as you are kind of taking this and you're holding your map of memories, you see that the map of memories updates as you go. It seems to have your group following through the past, and you start to notice something different on the map. Where there's a structure to your left, there seems to be a lack of structure on the map. But you notice that there are other structures that correlate to the map, but there are various things that seem to be missing. And as you kind of look and compare, the newer structures seem to be missing on this map.
How come it doesn't have that rocky thingy over there?
I think it's just an old map. I think this is showing us the way through the city as it was whenever this got made, which frankly could be at any time.
Huh. You think
Or
we
it's a
can
bad map. One of the two.
Well, yeah, could be that. You think we can update the firmware?
The what?
Isn't that a techie thing that people do with the machines? The firmware or the firewalls or the...
No, that trust me, those aren't real things. Somebody made those up.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it.
I mean, we probably could get this updated newer, but just, going off how much she was talking about memories and deals, and I kind of feel like getting it updated would involve getting ours or somebody else's brain eaten. Any volunteers?
What if you don't have a brain for it to eat?
I second that question.
Hypothetically.
Knock yourself out, I guess.
Cool. I'm going to find someone with no brain.
How hard will you have to look? Anyway.
Oh.
You're pushing into the byway tunnel. You see that the map kind of splits where it's supposed to. You see the split. You see the E-ring tunnel split away from the byway. And you see that the map does continue down the natural path that the byway has, but it also has the natural path of the E-rings tunnel. And you also notice that there's kind of almost when you don't push forward, the map doesn't update and that space is blank. So it seems to only fill in spaces you are traveling and disregarding the rest. And as you look back, you realize that the map of the city you just walked through, is no longer on this map. And it seems to only encompass a 100-foot area around you from what you can generalize on this map.
Well, seems legit to me. Keep on trucking.
I love how you say that based on it's showing us how to get somewhere.
Right. I mean, it's more information than we had before.
I mean, we don't know where it's going, so I could tell you how to get somewhere if I didn't know where it was. I could just say, go that way. Done. Boom.
Exactly. It's kind of the same thing. It's telling us to go that way. Or that way. No, wait. Yep, that way.
Exactly.
This one's in writing, too. More official.
We're saying the same things, and I can't help but feel we're getting very different conclusions from.
Absolutely.
It makes me very uncomfortable when you agree with me.
Huh? Oh, right, yeah. Wait. Leans over to Viridia. Am I supposed to be offended by that?
I think that's just part of the charm.
Okay. And thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's keep following the line to nowhere.
Pushing into the tunnel, you find that the map will mark doors, and each door you pass or archway that you pass stays within the map. And you get the sense that it's creating a legend you can fall back onto, points of interest you can fall back onto. And as you're studying it, you take note as you're pushing down this tunnel. Something crawling out of one of these doorways at you. But when you look, nothing's there. The map again doesn't seem to correlate to real events, rather echoes or memories of events. And you see a strange occurrence, as if the map blanks and blinks out of existence before a new map replaces it. And the creature that was on that map is no longer there. And the tunnel widens a bit further on the map. And instead of 100 feet, you now see what your eyes can see. As if the map has updated to personify a better sight. Someone who didn't need a visual aid. And you get the sense that this is a new memory. Somebody else contributed to this map at this particular point. It continues on.
Who do you think contributed the memory? The new stuff.
Oh, I think someone who knew a bit more about what they were doing.
That's fair. Does it give like a stamp, like a seal, like an official doobly-doo anywhere?
Any names, footnotes, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Don't most maps have those?
Usually.
Can I investigate with my eyeballs this map to see if there's anything?
If you have any attribution to ciphers, you can use that. If not, you can use an intelligence check.
It's gonna be an intelligence check. Because this is out of my wheelhouse. Was it 7?
With the 7, looking it over, there doesn't seem to be any names attributed to this.
Can I also make that roll because sight and understanding Numenera are literally my things?
Yeah.
Which one of the two would I roll under? Because one is better than the other.
Most likely you would roll a cipher, as this is understanding the nature of a cipher.
Yep. Cool, that is somehow worse.
You look it over, Hyacinth, and you can't decipher anything. If anything, you see a moth trying to eat at the weave.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm having a couple of days of it, all right? It's the map, it's got us, it's got stuff around here. It's not that hard to figure out. Come on, guys.
Alrighty then. Clever Jack's gonna just pout a little bit like she just got told off by her mom.
There will be points on the map where you do see what looks to be out areas that have been cleared out recently. But when you look to the map, there's no path to it. Even when you wander in, no path is created. And there's no memory attributed to the space. So the map can't fill in a space it does not remember. It still behaves as it normally does and still has the space expanding outwards, but if there's a lack of memory, it can't understand the concept of beyond what is not there. But you travel along rusted and corrugated floors. The tunnels have missing panels, and you see every now and then something collapse between the walled space, giving credence to the age of where you are. And as you push in, and even through the rust, the iron red, almost bubbled nature that iron gives off, you see on the sides of some of the walls the words E-rings, though they've seen better days. The air is cold and stale. There are minor plant life, mostly mushroom, mostly moss, kind of scattering itself along the corridor. There are collapsed beams and broken doorways, kind of littering this hallway. Most rooms you do come across are barren and empty. Most are blocked by rock and rubble. There are branching air ducts above you, and they've fallen in various spots, making your travel a bit difficult as you have to weave and maneuver around them. And the space is gradually getting darker. Eventually, come to a doorway. There's no branching doorways, and the map cannot proceed further, though you see there is space beyond this doorway on the map. The door itself is shut.
How much do you want to bet there's something that wants to eat us on the other side of that door?
Given how quiet it's been, just walking down here, I think the odds are pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, Asholotte, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Jack is going to step directly behind Asholotte.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mosey on in.
All right. You go up to the door. What are you going to do to it?
I'm just gonna try opening it at first.
You go to open it and realize the door is rusted shut.
All right, that's fair. In which case, I'm gonna take a couple of steps away from it to get some momentum, and then I'm just gonna try to barge through it.
Oh, whoa, 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 oh, okay. Let me get out of your. Okay. Did not realize you were stepping backwards that quickly.
Right. Make me a strength or an attack roll, whatever you wish to use here.
Would it just be a straight might, or is it something else?
It would be a straight might because you are going against a unstoppable force, kind of colliding with a very strong and buff person.
But I'm the buffest.
You are the buffest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You hit the wall and you see it bounce and crack and break, but it doesn't open all the way. It kind of screeches and groans in this horrible protesting sound. But you get the sense a few more hits would probably jar it loose. But it is loud.
There's a lull of a couple of Mississippis. As Asholotte just kind of processes the personal offense, and I think this time, without even just making any other kind of move for momentum, is just gonna punch the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust in the heart of the cards for this roll.
Go for it.
Okay,
Very
so I got
good.
it.
You punch it and you leave a dent with your fist against this door, and it kind of buckles and breaks inwards and swings open in a very loud protest, screeching and scraping across the floor, pushing debris away from it, and there's rubble and stone behind it. And as you kind of peer through this door, Asholotte, you see before you kind of almost a circular room with 3 branching halls, lights flickering and tinging and clicking to life, then back out. The map does not show this aspect of the room.
Ooh. Well, should we walk in? We just made quite a bit of noise. Maybe closing this door behind us and making it look like we didn't go through here might be a good idea.
I mean, that could be blocking our way out. If
So I think at this point, this door might be kind of past closing.
yeah, that's a big dent.
Yeah, it had a sign that said one way.
Make me a perception check or an intellect check.
Oh, was that me?
Yep. You
Damn.
go then around, and where you punched your fist into the door might have held a sign at one point, but it's no longer there.
How awful would it be if it was a pull door and we were trying to push it the whole time?
Oh. We'll never know.
I did that the first time I went to the tea shop that we all went to. And face first into the door, trying to push it.
I mean, a pull door is a push door if you push hard enough in one direction.
I mean, you're technically not wrong.
I mean, a wall is a push door if you push hard enough.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you remove a door, it becomes a wall.
Oh.
Mind blown.
But, Asholotte will just waltz inside.
Right? You waltz inside, and as you push in, there seems to be a strange machine in the center of this room. Silver, grayed, rusted, functional. It beeps and whirls in sad tones of the last clinging life it holds on to. But you see 3 doors, all shut. And the space you're in is an absolute ruin. The floor is cracked and broken. Rubble, debris, and everything you can think of is shattered upon the floor. You see more mushrooms. You see what looks to be what was probably a chair at one point. No longer intact and being eaten away slowly by these fungal things that have made their home down here. There is a map if you want to interact with it. It's up to you.
Ooh.
Very pretty map.
I guess someone pick another door.
How do we pick?
I mean, I'd quite like to look at the thing in the middle of the room some more first.
Do you think it's a switch?
I have no idea what it is.
If you want, Tyson, you can roll me an investigation, understanding Cypher artifacts, an intelligence check of your choosing.
Why, yes, I absolutely would.
Ooh, yeah. With a 19. Very nice. No damage, but you get a minor effect to this. I will say that minor effect is going to be an artifact. Why not?
Yep.
There you go. And you can read that and use that as you wish. You have until the end of game to write it into your sheet. But as you're examining this, Hyson, you get the sense that this is a device that is recording information, or a device that logs information. And you start to see notes and words kind of etched and painted onto some of the sides. You notice that the words there with that roll say Obstein Scientific Foundational Discovery. It's painted neatly, all hand painted, it looks like. And you also notice that there are various slots within this machine that could be used as a place to hear recordings, as if it was a playback system.
And yeah, and just as Hatton's kind of just properly poking around and looking at all the workings, there's just this clunk as something comes detached, and they're just like, I don't think that stopped it working, and they just kind of push a button on the side, and you just like electrical bolts start whizzing out of this thing. I am keeping this. And they just pocket it, because, yes, now I have a lightning gun.
Nice.
Okay, so, yeah, it's got recordings of some kind. I think I could probably work out how to play them back. We're dealing with a lot of recordings today.
I'd be happy to take a look at it too, if you don't mind. I'm good with machines.
All right, yes, I would like to try and play something back.
You go to place something back, and as you push the button, you realize the deck is empty. There's no recording in it. It's missing a component.
Oh, right. It would play something back, probably. You see the socket there? That's, I think, the thing to be played back would be going in there.
Gotcha.
And before you ask, it's not the thing I just got out of there. That's a different thing.
Well, I'd be surprised if there wasn't anything to play back lurking somewhere around here.
There's always something, I think.
I'm gonna go over this way to what looks like it might vaguely be a pile of bones on the floor.
All right.
And see if there's any, I don't know, cassette tapes, 8 tracks, CDs, USB sticks, whatever this world uses to store information.
Yeah, make me a search, look, or intelligence perception. Okay. You look through it and realize they're not bones. It was probably a medical stretcher at one point.
Okay, well, good news is it's not a dead thing. Also, there's no recording stuff here. It's just metal.
Oh, we could keep looking down these hallways. There might be like a closet or something that houses whatever plays in that.
Sounds like a good idea to me. What do y'all think?
I'm game.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Which door do we go through and who goes through it first? Not it.
I can go through first.
Yes.
Okay. Which door are you picking?
Which door? You know what? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in true Juggernaut fashion, Asholotte will probably just make a beeline for, the door straight ahead.
Okay. You charge towards the door, and I need you to make a speed check as the door is charged with lightning.
Oh no.
The shocking development.
What a hair-raising adventure this is.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You avoid the electrical shock as you are able to stop yourself just in time from bumping into this door, but as you get close, you notice a rippling effect of lightning across it. It is charged with an electrical current, and as you look to your immediate left, you realize there is a data pad. Probably you have to unlock it, something with that.
The tech side of this might be somebody else's speed more than mine.
Sure, I can take a look. I mean, do you want to try running into it? It looks like it might be interesting.
Well, I'll run into it after it's no longer electrified. that's a fair
That
compromise.
sounds much less interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. Question, storyteller. How do I use my machine affinity? It says that I'm trained in tasks involving machines. Does that just lower the challenge?
Yeah, it lowers the
Okay.
challenge and you can add it into your roll.
Okay.
It looks like, Asholotte, you're
Ma.
not into the CC for some reason.
Lo que me des tú. Algo, bueno.
I think Velvet had to step away. Oh,
Huh. Odd.
Yeah, you might just have to do a refresh.
Oh, yeah. It should be okay now?
yep, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
sorry.
good.
Wasn't sure why Meats just starts with my mic automatically off.
It happens.
It does weird things, but yeah, it would lower your steps so you can roll it in conductor with, or you can roll that and it should bring it down.
Okay. Can I use it to help Hyacinth figure it out? Is there like a help option?
Yes,
Okay.
You can do that, and you can earn an XP for helping. That's how you earn XP in this game, is by helping, getting a GM intrusion, or, just because I want to give you something and I like you guys, sort of thing.
Hey.
Aw.
Clever Jack just looks over Hyacinth's shoulder. I think it's the button on the left, or maybe the lever right above it.
You know that talk we had about when I agree with you? We're having one of those moments again. Alright, so that'd be rolling on... What am I rolling?
You can roll understanding either Numenera, or you can roll an intellect with 1 step reduced.
What?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I can't read. Cool. Yeah, so that's 7, but with the difficulty down 2. So what? Basically a 12.
Yes. So actually, that's all you needed. It wasn't a very high difficulty. It's more of realizing that the datapad has worn numbers on it, and you can trace those numbers and probably press a certain sequence of those worn numbers to disarm the store.
Why do people never clean these things? So it's some of these. Yeah, they'll just start trying combinations of the numbers.
I don't know. This is why I take wet wipes with me everywhere I go. You want one?
Why do I have a feeling that's not the only reason? Don't answer that question.
After a few tries and a few angry, sad beeps from this little doorway, you are able to find out the combination and are able to enter into this room.
Ooh.
The room before you is kind of weird and angular, and you see discarded debris of what looks to be tables, rotten and worn cloth, books decayed beyond recognition, and what looks to be a scattering of what you would know, those who are more learned in Cyphers, Numenera, and understanding artifacts, to be what are minor data cubes, things that record. They're usually found from the 4th age, about 5 ages back from where you currently are.
Well, I think we found our recordings.
Which one should we play first?
Storyteller, is there an obvious difference between any of them?
Some of them look very broken, some of them look like they will not play at all. maybe one or two are viable, but you'd have to check.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to recommend we start with one of the not broken ones, because you can look at the broken ones on your own time. And yeah, I just head back into the main room, pick one of the ones that looks like it'll work, and plug it in and see what happens.
Right. You plug it in and you hear the stuttering of something and the protest of the machine, and there's a small spark and there's a flicker of power before you kind of smell like burnt electrical wires before it kind of stabilizes. And then the rolling pop of a recording comes to life, and you hear a woman's voice. Lab report 334, date 23/11/2530. This is Emily Winston of the Obscene Scientific Foundational Discovery Team. Reporting in because that is what we do. We've discovered some third age tech connecting back to the Oblivion Observatory. How it got here in the lower tunnels is beyond us. It seems to be part of a larger system connecting to what the first stage calls a web system. We're unsure if the machine is stable or not. Donnie is prepping for the booting sequence to test it out. I'll check in once we know for sure if it works. Into recording, and it fizzles out.
What exactly is the system that they were trying to test?
I don't know, but the phrase Oblivion Observatory is simultaneously terrifying and the coolest thing I've heard all year, so...
Right?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think I need to hear more. I'm not even going to ask. Of course you want to hear more. And yeah, just going to find another one, plug it in.
You go to plug in another one, and it's just a screeching scream before it dies out.
Oh, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off, turn off.
And then you hear corrupted data unrecoverable.
I don't know why they made some of them do that. That's...
Ugh.
I'll never understand people sometimes.
Sure sounds like that one went into oblivion.
Hey.
I get it. That's a good joke. How many cubes total do we have?
Just the two the one working one, the other one screamed at you. There are two more rooms.
If I look at the one that screamed at us, is there any way to repair it?
Make me a understanding Numenera or an intelligence check, or whatever you have that would be applicable to this role.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of things within that area you can plug in.
Gonna have
the
a whole
phrase data unrecoverable isn't filling me with hope.
yeah. So we have a whole
4.
Archive 81 moment.
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
With the unrecoverable data, you don't think you can repair it.
Okay. All right. So other doors. Flip a coin. Throw a coin. Throw a coin and see if it shocks us.
Very smart. Nobody do this at home.
Do this at home.
Just start throwing pennies at your doors, kids. It's fine.
Don't do that.
I mean, the chances their doors are electrified at home seems pretty low.
But never zero.
Yeah,
That's true.
our lawyers
That is true. I watched Home Alone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Jack will pull out 2 small coins and throw one at the first door and throw one at the second door and see if either react.
The first door does not react. The second door, the coin just passes through.
Not a door. Door is not a door. Why is door not a door? Is there
some
someone on the
reason
other
that
side
makes it-
watching us, you think?
For some reason, that makes it worse.
Right? Should we
Is
go
there a
through
data pad nearby?
Should we go through door that is a door or door that's not a door?
I mean, we established earlier that, even walls are doors, so I would like to try to go through the door that's not a door.
Right, even the walls are doors.
Okay.
Crap.
Before we just walk through this not door, whatever's going on there. I don't know. That makes me nervous. I've walked through some questionable things in my time, and I'm just gonna head over to it, and I would like to scan it because that is a thing I can do.
Ooh.
Sure.
So, yeah. So that cost me an intellect, and just their eyes and the circuits around them start flashing gold, and there's these just kind of little bursts of light going around and through the door, and I just kind of get a basic idea of everything going on within that area.
Right. You do a burst of this energy forward, and you realize this was once a hard light door, something out of the 5th age, something that was unique technology. You've seen it in this age. It's not utilized very much as they can be hacked and are largely unpractical, especially for cats that seem not to care if a door is there or not. And through this discovery, they've been largely discontinued because why would a cat care about a door? If cats don't care, then why should people care? But as you kind of peer into the room with this knowledge, you see more rubble and understand that this is a space just kind of beyond the scope of understanding. There are technologies here that are not from your age. They're from a much older age. But there doesn't seem to be any danger.
Okay, so not door. Actually, fine. We should be able to go through there, no problem. And I am doing so. And yeah, just heading immediately over because there's stuff back there that sounds cool.
Right.
Jack will follow.
Following through.
Following through, you step into it and you see a broken chest kind of collapsed in on itself, made of wood and worn and aged and rotting in various spots. Mushrooms have made their homes here. And you see what looks to be a large circular device with round objects kind of swinging and tilting around it, hovering above the circular table. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, or at least nothing of note, other than just rotating in space. You also see what looks to be a bed at one point, but it's, again, broken. And the further back you go, you see what looks to be a silver kind of container, roundish in form, almost as tall as Asholotte.
Do you think there's a person in it?
Why is that your immediate thought?
Well, it's the same size as Asholotte, and I mean, there could be a person. It's person-sized.
Lots of things are person-sized. It could be a wardrobe.
I mean, I've never seen a wardrobe that looks like that.
You need to get better furniture.
For rude. My furniture is perfectly functional. Just because it came from next to a dumpster does not mean that it is not legitimate furniture. Free furniture is still good furniture. The mice that come with it are bonus. It's like the built-in pets.
Can I check the container?
Yes. You go over to the container. It's your height, silver and make. Looks to be a series of what looks to be bolts around it. It's oddly clean, not touched by rust.
What are you thinking?
No idea. Lots of bolts though.
I mean, I'd ask if we should start undoing the bolts, but I get the feeling I know how everyone here would answer.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
I want to take the bolts out. I want to open it and see what's inside.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is there a button to open it? Like it's gotta be like it's gotta open some way other than just the bolts, right? Like that's just bad design if you have to unbolt a thing to get to what's inside it, unless what's inside it you don't want getting out.
Yeah, it very much depends what it is.
Yeah. Hang on, I think I got a wrench in my bag.
As you're digging around for a wrench, Viridia, you glance over to your left and see there's another door. Off to the left, just quietly shut, looming there, not doing anything.
That seems very suspicious. Shut a door if you're doing something.
Yeah, if you have to specify a door isn't doing anything, we're just as opposed to what?
That brings a lot into question. Just like
What were you
between
doing
like
last
the
night?
strangely, just between like the
Door.
strangely like bolted box that like doesn't have an obvious way to open it, and like now that there's this door, I think just like in general, I think Viridia would like to just assess for danger, because like I don't know, something about this room, like the vibes are just different. I don't know. So let's assess for danger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is a what? I am not good at math. Did I do that right? I don't know. The UI still confuses me a little bit.
Yes, you did that right.
Okay.
And yes, assessing for danger. You, as scary as a door is that is doing nothing in a space that is unfamiliar to you, with an obvious container that has no obvious lock, there's no danger. Not here, at least.
Apart from all these very ominous things, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, just there's this energy. Yeah, just kind of looking over this box, is it really just like bolts and that's it? There's nothing on it that's like
It just seems to be bolt. And as you under the bolt box, Jack, you pull out your wrench.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
I would like to smack the bolt. Just kidding. I would like to actually like try and unbolt it. I think I will just like smack the first one just for good luck and then start wrenching.
Oh, thank God.
All
I
right.
thought I was going to have to explain to you how wrenches work.
I know how wrenches work. I'm good with tools.
All right. Make a strength check with one step lowered because you have a wrench helping you.
Okay. Two.
Wow, everybody's rolls today.
The bolt comes off really easily.
Ooh. Huh. I expected that to be a little more difficult. I'm gonna do the next one. Do I need to roll for each one?
No, you start to discover that you could probably turn each of these by hand really easily.
Oh, then she'll just...
You remove all the bolts, then you have a bunch of bolts in your hand and a large container in front of you that is now unbolted, but not unsealed.
How do we break the seal? Anyone have a crowbar?
Do I look like I'd have a crowbar? You look like you'd have a crowbar. Why don't you have a crowbar?
I have pliers. And
Those are different things.
oh, I have a screwdriver. I can try my screwdriver. Hey, ooh. Yeah, I should use a flathead. Hang on. Try and break whatever's sealing those shut with a screwdriver.
Yeah, you find what looks to be a seal you can wedge a flathead, Phillips flathead, in between and pop it open.
I did it. What's in there? Someone else want to look? I don't want to look. What if it melts our faces off? Oh, this is so cool.
That sounds a lot like a question you maybe should have asked several bolts ago.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I mean, even as they're saying this, Hyacinth is looking in, just because. Of course they are.
Viridia, you get the artifact J-Bob has redeemed.
Thank you so much.
You
Thank you.
can. You have until the end of session to note that down. As you pop it open, the container swings open much easier than it should. And inside, just a coat. It seems to be a coat rack.
Told you it was a wardrobe.
Who bolts a wardrobe? This is
That is
dumb. I'm gonna take the
great.
coat out. I'm mad.
You take the coat out, and a data cube falls out of the pocket.
Ha! There was also a data cube. Two things. It's not just a
Okay,
wardrobe.
it's still a wardrobe.
It is not a wardrobe.
Maybe a wardrobe with some extra steps.
It's a
what?
cupboard the size of a person that you just found clothes in. What is it if it's not a wardrobe?
Our entire
What is the
perspective on like walls, doors, and furniture has just been called into question. What is anything? What is architecture? I don't know.
Man, I love doing this for players because I put a door in the middle of the field and they took it. They
Yeah,
just took
I
it
did.
one
I
day.
took that door out of spite. Out of spite. And then I put it into my fictional house later. So there.
Amazing.
What does the coat look like? Does it look like a lab coat or like a just like an
Looks
everyday
a lab
coat?
coat.
Okay.
A nice, clean lab coat. Looks like a mouse probably chewed through one of the pockets.
Alright, well, stash the coat. Might be able to get some money from that later. Alright. Hour 2. Should we play this? Should we keep exploring?
Well, there's this door over here.
What if that's the coat closet? What? Why are you looking at me in that tone of voice?
If that's the coat closet, then what was the thing we just found with the coat?
I don't know. A safe? Look, all I'm saying is that's a lot of effort for everyday clothing storage. Maybe that's just their personal clothing storage, or maybe it was like their winter clothes, and like those are separate from like their everyday clothes. Some people do
Or
that,
maybe it was a regular wardrobe that had a way to open it that you didn't see and you've just dismantled it instead.
While they're having this conversation, Viridia has opened the door.
Go to open the door and find that it needs a sequence of numbers to open.
I love this oil and water combination we have going on with these characters.
Very good. You know, what was that code again for the last door?
Yeah, and Hyacinth will just walk over and start and type in the same code.
Doesn't work. These numbers don't seem to correlate with the numbers that you would need. While the numbers on the door that you opened, Hyacinth, was a 5 sequence, this is a 4 sequence.
Can I check the pockets of the coat to see if there's a slip of paper that I missed?
Investigation.
Is that intellect?
Yes. Yeah, perception, intellect, and searching and understanding all fall under intellect.
That's a 19.
You search, you find the remains of a mouse home. That's about it.
There was mouse poo in the pocket. Gross. Remind me to wash this when we get back.
I mean, are you planning on keeping it?
I mean, maybe. It's a nice coat. I mean, patch the holes a little bit, you know, get the job done.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Does it look like any of the buttons are like more pressed in comparison to other ones? Like how, you know, on like certain keypads, like paint starts to like come off if like buttons have been pressed a lot of times.
Yeah, I have one of those at work. No, but it seems to be clean.
All right. I say we go back and play the cube you found and not the mouse poop you found. And if that doesn't help us get through this door, I got something else that might be able to handle it.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Back out. Go play my mouse poop cube.
You put it in, and the familiar sound of a recording kind of fizzles into life, and you hear the same familiar female voice that you heard once before. Lab report 339, date 26/11/25:30. Dr. Emily Winston of the Abbottstein Scientific Foundation of the Discovery Team. Yeah, you know all that. This is big. Much bigger than we thought. The system is telling us so much information. Things we didn't even consider. This is the biggest discovery of the 5th age. We need to, and it cuts off. It breaks up, and you almost can hear the tape being eaten within the machine.
You're on mute.
Oh, dang it. I think that one's toast now.
Yeah, why do they always do that, like, right at that moment? Why can't people just say the important thing first?
Right, like why the introduction? Like just label the outside of the cube so we know who you are and just say the info. All right. Well, should we have Asholotte break down the door then?
I mean, sure, they could give it a go. They're probably more reusable than the thing I could do, so go ahead.
I also have explosives. We could use those.
I mean, both of the other options seem less likely to kill us.
I mean, they'll only hurt you if you stand close to them. Just don't stand close.
I'm sorry, I come from above ground. Do I have to explain to you how a cave works?
Nah,
And why
nah.
setting off a bomb in a cave that you are standing in?
Yeah, it's a horrible idea. Could be fun, though.
Again, same words, very different conclusions.
Take an XP, Hyacinth.
XP for helping keep people alive despite their best efforts.
XP for putting up with Clever Jack's bullshit.
We love Jack though.
Indeed.
I would like to huff and puff and knock this door down.
All right, you huff and puff, and as you charge through it, you hit the door and it swings open. It wasn't even locked,
Oh.
but you got it open.
Oh, well,
They did my one job.
it was a push.
This isn't even the first game where a DM's pulled this on me. You'd think I'd learn by now.
You don't need monsters when you have doors.
Hey, you know what? Style points. It's all about the style points at this point.
Inside, the same scattering rubble and ruined room greets you as the others did. You see what looks to be shattered chairs, Tesla tubes, a lab table at one point, maybe a cupboard or two, and what looks to be a few more books, and an open wardrobe empty of any contents.
No more coats in the wardrobe. Sorry.
At least this time we're agreed it's a wardrobe.
That definitely looks like a wardrobe. The other one did not. The other one could actually... Actually, I wonder if it could contain an explosion. I wonder if it could survive an explosion. Do you think we can take the other container with us? I'd like to run some tests.
Take it with us how? It's like 7 feet tall.
I don't know.
I was more worried about the experiments.
I mean, yeah. I would be worried if I thought there was any chance she was getting that out of here.
Fair.
Maybe I'll just come back for it.
And if need be, I can try to carry it back with us.
Don't encourage her.
Now I have to because you told me that.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Noted,
Jax-
I will remember this.
Jack's gonna reach up and boop Asholotte on their metal nose.
Permission, yep.
Okay, so we're gonna try and take the other thing with us. Does anyone see a data cube in here?
You can search.
Who wants to do the searching? Is anyone good at the searching?
I am, in fact, good at the searching.
It's your destiny.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's modified effectively like a 17.
More or less. Yeah. You search and you come to the ruined lab table and you look through it and you look underneath and notice beneath it are two kind of data cubes kind of tucked almost neatly, purposefully underneath one of the shelves.
And we'll be taking you. Jackpot.
You also see, I would say, with that roll, 2 numbers kind of carved hurriedly underneath the lip of one of these hedges.
We have numbers. Have they seriously just written passwords down on the furniture? Like, I'm simultaneously annoyed at their security and quite pleased at their security.
I mean, if they didn't know that they needed to be secure about it, they might not have just thought about it. Or
If
just...
they didn't know they needed to be secure about it, why would they lock the door? That's like thing 1 of being secure is locking the door. That's like the definition.
Was the door really locked, or was it just stuck shut?
The datapad next to it makes me think locked.
That could just be to keep animals out, to be honest.
And it's working.
It's true.
The numbers you see are 5 and 2.
Okay. Although it's hard to tell which one's which, because they could both be upside down. It's very... One of them's a 5, one of them's a 2. Don't need to know which is which.
How many numbers total did we need?
4.
How many? Sorry, you both talked at the same time. 4? Okay. All right, so that's 2 numbers that we can try. We need 2 more. I guess start turning over furniture?
Works for me.
Is there other
Made a little
furniture?
bit of
Go ahead.
They made a little bit of a puzzle out of this. It's not a conventional way of keeping passwords secret, but here we are.
That's true. Is there other furniture we can explore in the room?
There's a broken cabinet, some ruined chairs, the wardrobe, but that is empty, and the Tesla coils.
I'm gonna go to the Tesla coils and look at those.
All right.
My roll was a
Going to
9.
notice that and stand very far away from her and the Tesla coils.
What? They're not active?
Yes.
Yes.
You look them over, and they're probably just served as a power source at one point. Nothing particularly special about them.
Nothing here. How about y'all?
Well, I'll take a look at the drawers then.
All right. Intellect investigation. To that effect.
All right, 20. Let's go.
Nice.
If you got a 20, I will say you will get a weird and an artifact. There's your major condition.
Ooh.
And mark those down before end of session. As you kind of look through these ruined contraptions, you kind of knock one of them over, and there's a scattering of something. That will be your artifact, whatever that is. Tell me, what is on your weird card?
My weird card is metal. A creature or object is made of metal that flows like water. The metal shards respond to specific noises, moving, assembling, or shattering to the right sounds.
Right. Those creatures now exist in this world. And you do see them. They're small, but harmless. They like to make their way up the wall every now and then, make their homes kind of like sparrow nests, just neatly dotted here and there. And you get the sense that they eat metal, they consume metal, they are something that naturally breaks down the components of man-made objects. Harmless overall. Very fragile, though.
Cool.
As you look, you see another number, and this one is another 5.
Well, I found a 5. Only one on here, though.
All right, so that's 2 5s and 1 2. One more number.
Anything else? Anything you want to search for?
What
Is
were
there
the?
any? Oh, sorry. Go for it.
I was just wondering, like, what else there was in the room that hasn't been searched, because I have the attention span of a goldfish sometimes.
You have the wardrobe still left.
And since this is apparently what we're doing with the day, I'm going to go look in a wardrobe.
All right, roll an intellect investigation check.
Bam. That's a 12, so what, an 18 mod?
You find what looks to be a little rubber ducky, kind of tucked in the corner, covered in dust.
I'll poke it.
It squeaks. Oh, very sadly. Pathetic, actually.
Anything else in there?
Just the duck.
I just kind of stand up, nothing in here, and then just... I am absolutely going to ping the duck over at Jack.
Very good.
I would like to try and catch that.
Drop the duck.
What is that, a speed roll?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have anything that helps me with this? No, I don't. Okay. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. 4.
The duck hits you in the side of the head, but as it does so, you notice a number drawn hurriedly on the bottom of it.
Oh, Ducky. You found the last number.
Yes, I did.
What number is it?
7.
So that's a 5, a 2, a 5, and a 7. Well, should we play the cubes and then go try the other door again?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Sure.
You go and play the last 2 cubes. Hear the tape once again start up and the voice ring out. Date 14, 12, 25, 30. Dr. Winston reporting in. There's a vault. We have to find the vault. We were so wrong about everything. So wrong. We're not even part of the whole. He whispered to us, to me. I have it here in my hand. It glitters like the stars. And the tape crinkles and crackles out of life before the next cube picks up. I think this is my last entry. I see it. I understand now. We can't do it. Everything would change, and I don't know if we're ready for that. What would we even do? Join me. We sit on the edge of a knife and the stars are the key. A path for much better ages than this one. It's not ours. We simply can't do it. We mustn't do it. She whispers so sweetly to me. I think I'll rest a bit. Just a bit. And the tape dies out.
So this thing that glitters like stars is not good, and most likely what we're here to find. Is that what everyone else is putting together? That's what I'm putting together.
Yeah, that was kind of how it read.
Mm-hmm.
We should have asked for more money for this job.
I mean, I get the feeling you would have said that however much we asked for.
You're not wrong.
I know.
But also, who is this he that whispers? She keeps talking about.
Maybe that's whatever they found down here? Oh no. Hopefully it's not
Awful
whatever
creepy.
that second cube that we found was screeching about, because that sounds sucked.
Ponder this and think on it with the numbers in hand. We'll go to break.
Alrighty. We will be back, y'all, in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go nowhere until it listens to Grab a Drink, Grab a Friend. Go to rookandtheraven.com and use code HYPEGOBLIN to get you 15% off your total order. Go to thehypegoblin.com and pick up some stickers from this wonderful show, or, you know, a t-shirt or a poster, you know, whatever you want. Let us know what you get. Tweet at us. We will see y'all next time. Everybody wave. Or not next time. In 5 minutes. God, I am tired. Be right back, everybody. are back. Thank you everyone so much for hanging with us through our break. I refreshed my drink. I got a new drink, and I made sure that I actually wrote some notes down for today. So I am doing great. As always, if you are joining us for the first time, this is a charity channel of mine. I don't take any financial income from my Twitch channel. Everything goes to the trevorproject.org this month and every single month when I receive a payout from Twitch. If you'd like to know more about that, you can read that below in the About Me section. This is a viewer-affected game, so you can use bits and channel subscriptions during the broadcast of the game to affect our gameplay. All of that information is located down below in the About Me section on Twitch for you, as well as the ways in which you can use your channel points from just sitting here, hanging out, and watching us. You can affect our game that way as well, because we understand that not everybody can financially affect our game, and we want to make sure that everyone can participate in the absolute chaos and all of the lore drops that you can request. With that, if you would like to support the channel, there is always thehypegoblin.com, where we have all of our show merch from this show and various other shows, as well as some fun D&D and Cthulhu themed merch. And you can also go to therickandtheraven.com and use code HYPEGOBLIN to get 15% off your order all the time, every time. They have a lot of really cool stuff. If you don't see the combo of items that you want, I have contacted them in the past, folks, and they will make sure that you get the order that you want with all of the bits that you want. They're a wonderful modular system. I highly recommend them as an investment for your next TTRPG game. As someone with ADHD, it has always been a struggle for me keeping track of my notes, and their system makes it incredibly easy for me to take notes every session and actually understand the things that I wrote down later. With that, I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Jen. Let's get back into the world.
So, with the recordings of this doctor to you in the decaying state she seems to have gone through, you have your coded numbers, the 4 numbers you needed to go through the store. What would you like to do? You could always head back.
What do y'all think? Open the door? Not open the door? Explode the door?
Why
we've
explode
come
the
this
door?
far.
We've got the numbers.
This I like to use explosive. It's fun.
Again, cave.
We would stand back behind cover. It would be a controlled explosion.
Cave.
Oh. Fine.
More specifically, a cave in.
Fine. No explosions.
Yes, a cave in of this cave, which we are in.
I mean, we could stand outside of the cave first. We could do a long detonation. How do you think they mine for things? They explode things.
I'm just immediately just leaving this conversation and heading back to the door.
I want it to be just a thing that Clever Jack never gets to use the explosives that are in her kit.
Oh. Well, back to the mysterious door.
Door,
All
which
right.
is, still not doing anything.
Fine. Door number 5.
All right.
And yeah, they'll just start plugging numbers in. There's only, 12 combinations?
Roll me a D10.
See, now that's a worrying thing to say. Also, was I sat there while we were finding the numbers, working out in my head how many combinations there were left once we'd found every subset? Yes, I was. And that's a natural 10, and that's why you spend all your time doing unnecessary maths.
It takes 10 minutes to figure it all out.
Oh. Well.
Welcome to my DM style. I'm either a troll or a very serious person. There's no in between.
Or both.
But it takes about 10 minutes for you. It takes about 10 minutes for you to go through the combinations and finally kind of break through the door, and it unlocks in a hydraulic hiss. You hear it kind of pull itself apart, breaking and creaking, grinding against stone before it swings inward.
And what do I see on the other side?
You see. Hold on. Let me pull up my notes for this particular thing. You kind of see a large cavernous space, and in it you see what looks to be a pathway, kind of clean and clear of debris. Somebody roll me a d2.
I'll do the coin flip.
You
1.
All right. And as your eyes adjust before you, you realize the space is far more cavernous than it has any right to be. But you see what looks to be sloping half pyramids holding what looks to be a large, gargantuan orb floating between these two half pyramids. It has an orange glow around it and a metallic sort of center. And it just hums quietly in the space.
What is that?
Cool is what that is.
Right? Oh, for once we agree.
And again, uncomfortable.
Hey. You're gonna have to get over that. There's gonna be other stuff we're gonna do. I'm gonna lick it.
Why is that your first reaction?
Oh, this looks lickable. Like, have you ever seen like you know those dice that people play games with back in town up on the surface, and some of them they're cut so pretty and they're so glittery, and haven't you ever just wanted to just stick one in your mouth and crunch on it?
Sure. But those are normal, everyday things that I have encountered in my life, and not giant ancient machines we found in a cave. Can you not see the difference between those two things? Like, it's cool and I'm going to go and investigate it.
Right. I'm saying that I want to lick it, not that I will. I do have some self-control, okay?
Good to know.
Mind you, this orb is about as big as a skyscraper.
Gonna start poking around kind of the base of it. Is there anything
Well,
there?
You approach, lights flicker along this pathway leading towards this orb, and you realize outside of this pathway is a floor filled with a liquid of some sort, perhaps water. And as you approach, you hear an echoing kind of grumpy tone. And why are you all here? Have you broken everything? This kind of sass hits your ear as the orb kind of undulates, turning from orange to an almost annoyed green color.
Okay, first of all, I would like to emphasize that some of us broke everything.
I opened things. I did not break anything.
Then it's interesting you felt the need to comment. Second.
Here.
One of the reasons we were here was to test the structural integrity of certain pieces. You're welcome.
Also, most of this place was already long since broken. Like, we have not been here long enough to touch most of those things. Everything outside this room, kind of in a bad state.
There's a pause as the color turns from green back into the soft orange. How many ages has it been?
I'm gonna if you're from the same time as the recordings we found, 4?
There's a pause before you hear a almost quiet chuckle. No, I'm much older than any recordings.
More than 4 then.
I was here long before the structure was built.
Long more than 4 then.
And I have built and founded this place, shattered the dust into new light and knowledge. And you've woken me up. I want to go back to bed.
You know, that's totally fair. By the way, is there like, I want to call you glowy orby thingy, but I feel like that might be a little offensive. Do you have a name?
I am Helix 6.
Helix 6?
There's a pause. No, I'm Helix 4. Helix 6 is the one I destroyed, become Helix 4. There's a chuckle.
Wouldn't you add numbers on it? Just write something?
No.
Oh.
I mean, whoever
Yes.
Helix 6 was, they were asking for it with that many consonants. It's Helix 4 is much easier to say.
Thank you. I only consumed my brother because they were annoying.
That's fair. My siblings were all very annoying too.
What can I do for you? Woken me up. I am a heritage bot. I have intellect, knowledge. What do you want?
Oh, we were sent to look for ciphers. Do you know what those are?
Yes, I'm well established in that knowledge. Ciphers were carried out through the first age and to whatever current age we are in. They are devices set before the time of the first age.
Right. So we know what they are too, but like, are there any here?
You see the orange glow go back to the green for a moment before it circles back into the orange. Well, there is a box, though, or a table, or something that's you kind of get the feeling that if it could move, it would turn towards the left direction. And you can't see it, but you sense it in yourself as it's trying to indicate a direction. Somewhere over there to my left. I don't want it here. It's annoying. It keeps singing and keeping me up. I want to go back to bed.
Ooh. Jack is gonna skip over in that direction.
Jack, you know that conversation we just had on the recordings?
Right.
Something was singing and glittering, and we agreed that was a bad thing.
Right, so if it's singing and not glittering, it's okay. Got it.
Sure. You know what? Go for it.
You know, just kind of like looking around this chamber during the conversation, is there anything that like indicates that like Dr. Winston was or is here at all?
There is the sense that it's just Helix. For whatever purpose they serve. This space was built for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything glittering and singing in the box?
You find the box, but there's no key to the box. It's sitting on top of a table, facing what looks to be a room.
Well, the box is here. I can't open it. I could if I use just a teeny tiny bit of explosives on the lock. Just a teeny tiny bit. Just a little. As a treat.
Do you know how fragile the thing inside is?
No.
Then maybe not.
You can make a perception check, whoever wants to.
Is this specifically sight perception?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm better at that.
Oh.
Why do I say things?
Okay, you get a GM intrusion.
For those of you playing along with God's Side, that's me saying, I'm good at things and rolling my one specialized skill and getting a natural one.
GM intrusion. Ah.
Yeah. As you kind of examine this, you see the orange glow of Helix sort of turn into this almost droopy, sad blue color, as it kind of almost, the light almost kind of falls like water, and you hear sort of rumbling, and you hear Helix kind of almost shudder. There's a vibration in the air that colors kind of like when electricity is vibrated through the air. And you kind of hear this sad sort of song play, and Helix kind of makes a sound of disgust. And you hear them say, please make it stop. It's making me sick.
I can't get into the box, so I can't make it stop. We can
But
take
we
it with
can
us,
take
though.
the box away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably just take it away. The way that it's singing, is it just like straight up vocals, or are there any words being sung that we might understand?
There are no words,
Okay.
but describe to me a memory, Viridia.
Ooh.
What memory would a song conjure to your mind?
I mean, depending on the tone of song, yeah, like what was the tone of the song like?
What do you feel in this moment?
I think being in like this very strange situation, not really knowing what Helix 4 is, there is some apprehension, but as these whispers and the melody starts, I think that takes that apprehension away a little bit. And for some reason, like dredged from like some of her deepest memories, she remembers when her mother was teaching her how to use the loom for the first time, just being part of a wool weaving business, that kind of thing, and how she would color code the different threads so I wouldn't get anything crossed or mixed over, and threading those color coded threads for the first time. She almost described it like fishing, and we just got a red fish, and so the red thread goes through. We just got a blue fish, blue thread goes through. And just learning that for the first time is just a very powerful memory that she thinks about sometimes.
Take an XP. As you kind of remember this, the song for you, Viridia, turns into that of a music box. The mechanical clicking and organization of a music box fills your mind, and it reminds you of a stream reflecting that memory of fissuring, of weaving, of organization, something of structure. And the echoing of simple, soft chimes against pegs, clicking, singing, ringing, gives you a great source of comfort. And it slowly fades away before, as you look down in your hand, a key.
Mukub looks at it confusedly. Well, I guess who am I to question anything happening in this room? Do we want to open this box here, or do we want to take it out first?
Where did you get that?
Where
What?
did you have that the whole time? Did Nate give that to you?
I don't know. It's here. I mean, I don't remember picking it up anywhere back there. I heard this voice and I just thought of I don't know, just a pretty important memory from way back when. I agree, this thing probably isn't a good thing for it to pick up something so powerful.
Huh.
But here it is.
Maybe we should see what's behind door number 6 before we open it, because now I'm uncomfortable, and that takes a lot. Helix, the 4, did you, there was a researcher here, a Dr. Winston?
There's a pause before you hear Winston or Helix kind of hum, their light turning from blue back into soft orange glow. Dr. Winston and I conversed a few times. I didn't care for her much. She was very nosy and kept me up at odd hours.
Do you know what happened to her?
Whatever happens to biological beings who outlive their age.
It didn't sound like she was outliving her age, though. It sounded like something was controlling her here.
The light kind of flickers into a white light for a moment around Helix 4. I'm not sure. I've been left alone here for ages.
What's the last thing you remember about the doctor?
She was excited about a discovery. Something old, I think she said.
And that
Something
discovery
with
wasn't
stars. No, I've always been here.
you. Okay.
I'm not a discovery. I'm always am. You
Gotcha.
can't discover that it's something that always was.
I mean, if you didn't know that something always was, then technically meeting it for the first time is discovering it, because none of us knew that you were here. So you're a discovery.
Yes. There's a pause from Helix. Discovery, I suppose, in that sense, sure. But humanoids always known I've existed. I am their heritage. But that's the finer points of things. I haven't seen the doctor in, like I said, ages.
How much do you all want to bet that there's a dead doctor behind that door over there?
I mean, she could have been anywhere. It would not take anywhere near this long for bodies to basically not be a thing anymore, so really she could have been in any of the rooms we've already been.
Okay, that makes it a lot less scary to try and go into that one then.
She could have been in that coat you're wearing.
Oh, really? In the pod? Does this smell dead to any of you? Clever Jack's gonna hold up her arm.
I can't smell.
Oh.
I'm not going to.
Irda, does it smell like a dead person's clothing?
I'll indulge this. Does it smell like a dead person?
Smells like mouse poo.
It smells like that mouse you keep talking about, though.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. Okay. I can live with that.
Is
My
it?
whole-
Oh, all right.
My whole apartment smells like a mouse. My mouse lives there.
Asholotte, tell me of a memory.
Sorry, good memory or a memory?
A memory.
A memory? I think probably one of their last memories is marching alongside the Shining Host on that final expedition. And it is just, some very neat rows and rows of various folks in kind of uniform gold armor marching towards the target.
You remember this? A point on the table, a line starts to glow, falls off like a waterfall and cascades towards the room beyond your sight. And in the distance, in the far distance, you see this light glowing very faintly.
I'm gonna follow the light.
You follow the light, and you step into this other room, and you find your feet touching sand. The harsh memories of the desert are marching along the Shining Host, summon into your feelings of everything you are. You see a secondary table. Just sitting in the room, the singular thread of light pushing its way through it. And you notice that the room keeps going beyond your vision.
I think I'll just follow the light as far as I can.
Get to a point where you can't go any further. There's something stopping you, something pressing against your chest as if to say, don't. You're not sure why, but something's not entirely correct about the arrangement.
Are we seeing Asholotte move physically, or is this something in their head that's going on?
We'll see this.
Should we follow them? Should we?
Hyacinth, tell me a memory.
Who?
Hyacinth. Tell me a memory.
Yeah, being in this place, just digging through the past like they do so often. It's just always takes a little bit of them back to that one day, and just digging into those ruins when everything changed, and they found just the glowing golden cube that They'd never seen anything like it before. And when they touched it, it just flared brighter than anything they'd ever seen before. They could feel it burning the light into them until really that was all that was left. And when they came back, these were their eyes.
The secondary light joined the first. Blue, shattering, cascading, splintering across the table, pushing out into this dark space. Beneath your feet, Hyican, is sand, and you find yourself standing next to Asholotte.
When was there a beach in her?
Tell me a memory, Jack.
The bickering between Jack and Hyican brings back memories of the bickering between her and her older brothers. She's being the youngest of 5. She always wanted to be involved and to be wild and carefree, but she was never allowed to. And she remembers her eldest brother yelling at her the day before she left her home in the Above, leaving her family's farm, and him shouting, "Gabriella Louise Rose Doyle, you get back here right now," across the field. And she didn't want to go and face him after the fairly benign thing that a young, dumb kid does. But she did, knowing that he was going to get in trouble, but that her family still loved her. But making the decision in that moment that she couldn't stay.
Smell of flowers and sun-kissed grass fill your senses. And you find sand beneath your feet as a disruptive red light shatters along the blue, forming and joining the others, and you find yourself next to Hyican and Asholotte, staring into the dark void before you. And Viridia, you have a key. And there's a table before the 3 of your friends. And a neat little hole where something would fit.
Well, I guess we're doing this. And she will use the key.
Light pours as if it were rain. The space flares to life, and the memories and joining of senses, the sand, smell of desert, heat, flowers, touching of grass, and the memories of song, rhythm, and connection join into a singular hot white light in front of you. Before a rippling brass circle fills the space before you. And you see the bending of stars and planets ripple out behind it, and these memories shape and change and shift, and the space changes and shifts with each moment you hold. And you see points on the planet. Some you know and recognize. Some you've researched. Hyican, you know the Howling Library. You know this place. You are a learned scholar. Asholotte, you see where you've come from. But it's so far away. It's months of travel. And it shouldn't be here. And Jack, you see the city. You see the Above. But from the point where you're looking down at it. And this is impossible. All these points are impossible because they shouldn't exist in this space, and yet here they are. And you stand before a gate. Bending of stars and shattering of light holds you just for a moment before the darkness creeps back in, leaving this luminosity before you. The only point of light is this brass circle.
Jack reaches forward to touch the circle.
Hot and warm like a summer day. But you don't go through it.
Asholotte will also reach out and touch it.
Cool, refreshing like metal. Something you're familiar with, something of comfort to you. But you don't go through it.
Guess Viridia will as well.
Rhythmic sound of weaving enters your mind. You taste spring just for a moment before it fades, but you don't go through it.
Harrison kind of clenches back for a few seconds. Just I learned the hard way about poking glowing objects you found in caves, but finally reached out and touched it.
The smell of smoke and autumn leaves embraces you. The triumph you felt warms you and surpasses you, changes you. You are who you are because you are curious. But the gate doesn't allow you to pass through it.
What is it? Why does it feel like home?
Does it?
Yeah.
Isn't what I remember home feeling like. So what now?
Find a way to box it up and take it back? Can we box this up? Should we? I just wanted to make some quick. I just wanted to make some quick money, but now I don't know that that's such a good idea.
Box opens. You say these words, Jack, and the box falls open. Singular white stone, perfected, beautiful, glitters in your hand. A star beyond understanding.
She'll turn it over in her hand. Is this what the doctor had? What Dr. Winston was discovering?
I mean, sure looks like a star.
Sarah. You couldn't hear you.
I was muted. Jack will bring it closer to her face and examine it further. That's a natural
What?
one.
Twice in a row for this table. Oh no.
This is
Oh, well-
fine.
What we're learning here is never look at anything.
I would also like to award Asholotte and Hyican their XP for this session too.
Thank you.
This is fine. It's fine.
Very fitting. You're examining this perfect little orb. From above you somewhere, you can't see, something falls and collapses at your feet. It writhes and twists and screeches as if a metal monstrosity is trying to claw its way out, and it pulls itself up and then collapses back down before it falls silent, and it shifts and pulls itself into a shape similar to that of a cat or a dog.
Did I just did we just adopt a party pet by accident? What is that?
I mean, it sounds like you adopted a pet.
I did not mean. I have a mouse back home, thank you very much. I can't be taking a cat home. Oh, this is gonna be complicated really quick. I'm gonna need to put up like I'm gonna need to get some tubing. I have to make sure that my mouse lives completely separately from whatever that is. It is friendly, right?
Seems to be a metal creature of some sort, rippling and shimmering, much to the effect snake scales would in the sun.
How big is it?
Probably the size of a terrier.
Oh.
Okay.
Probably the size of a terrier with snake scales. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I'll walk over and pick it up.
You pick it up and it kind of settles down and curls into you, Asholotte. It's warm and seems to be bumping you in some familiar fashion that a dog would or a cat would, wanting to be pet or held. Seems rather friendly.
Like to reach
Okay,
my...
there you go. Problem solved. They've got a pet.
Okay. Yep. Congratulations, you're a pet parrot. We'll get you a t-shirt and a tote bag on the way out.
For the purposes of this is a Numenera scaled dog. It is a Cypher / artifact. While it has unlimited uses, it does have the drawback of being spiky. So you might suffer a few cuts now and then.
Good thing I'm made of metal.
Aha.
Scale dog, it's right. It scales to the user.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so so we have the, what are we doing with the stone? I'm not sure that I should still be holding it, and I'm kind of scared to put it down, but I'm also kind of scared to continue holding it.
Put it back in the box it came from?
Blech. Back into the box.
It fits neatly inside the box. Doesn't roll around or make any noise.
It's still singing.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, so
Idea.
Huh?
We were sent down here to get a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
Nate never specified. So, we don't have to get rid of the stone or the gate or anything. We could just give them the dog.
Guess we're just gonna have to give him the stone then. That's the only thing we found down here.
I think Asholotte is now attached to whatever that spiky thing is. It's cute. I just don't want to touch it. But
You should. It's sharp.
noted. Okay, so is the gate something that's still physically here that we can see, or was that a part of the stone?
It is still in front of you.
Okay.
It's larger than all of you. It's roughly the size of a house.
I mean, I don't think even if we wanted to, that we could take the gate to Nate. And yes, that did rhyme. And I'm laughing on the inside, but also still a little scared of whatever the heck that stone did to us. We could. Here's an idea. And it doesn't involve explosives this time. What if we go through the gate?
Bold. I like it.
Right?
You will note the gate never let any of you through when you touched it.
Just a little elbow grease. If we can lockpick it. I mean,
You
it didn't
suggest
auto.
blowing it up.
I
swear.
said that no explosives were involved. This time. They could be, but I'm not going to bring it up. But just so you know, I do have them.
Thanks, I'm aware.
Just making sure you don't forget. I could throw my wrench at it.
Something tells me that whatever is going to let us into that gate is going to be the only thing that's going to get us in there.
We could ask Helix 4. Maybe they know about the gate.
That was going to be my next suggestion. We have somebody here who knows about.
Great minds think alike.
As do you and me.
You turn around and there's no door behind you, no room behind you. Helix 4 is no longer in sight.
Where'd the door go?
Huh.
I didn't accidentally set off any explosives and collapse the door, right? I don't remember doing that.
I don't think so.
Feel like we would have noticed.
Real fast. This is kind of a long shot, but is there anything on that map of yours?
Yeah, and unroll it. Is there anything?
The map has been blank for the past hour.
Yeah, no.
Well, in that case, it sounds like we need to figure out a way through that gate so we can boldly go where no one has gone before.
I mean, somebody probably has. It's been here for
I mean,
thousands of years.
Yeah, my guess is that's where Dr. Watson went, but there's no record of it, so technically we're the first.
Hyson,
First
you
in
can roll
recorded
me.
history.
Yeah. Hyson, you can roll me Numenera.
Okay.
That's the name of the system.
Roll
We did
credit.
it, guys. Credits over. We've named the game. Good job.
Difficulty?
All right.
Difficulty on that?
The difficulty is going to be fairly high. I'm going to put it around an 8.
Wow, okay. You put in an effort, but I still think that might not. No, that is just about possible.
You can put in
Let's
an
go.
extra effort. J-Bob did redeem one.
I thought that was an edge.
Excuse me. You're right. E-word.
Too many of the same letter words.
Yeah.
And that is a failure. Ooh.
Something in the back of your mind. You think you know, but you're not sure because they're not supposed to exist, and the name exists. The name escapes you.
I've heard about something like this. It's the thing. I saw this in a book one time, which
Oh, are we doing charades? How many words? Was
no, we're doing. I think about every book I've ever read, and there's a lot of those.
Never mind, I'm not going to be useful here. Do you have a description of the book thing that you're trying to think of? Is it a geography thing?
It's an explanation of how to get through this stupid gate and get out of this beach room with the lights that we seem to have somehow ended up in.
Oh,
Thing.
right.
Okay, but what if I grab the stone,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right.
And while it's in my hand,
Mhm.
I clock the gate.
I like where you're going. I like the brute force angle. I think we should try it.
You know what, sure.
Perfect. I will put down my spiky dog and take a hold of the stone, firmly grasp it, as some might say.
Firmly grasp it in your hand.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna throw a big old haymaker at the gate.
Oh boy, here we go.
Right. Roll me a D100.
Oh snap! That's a triple digits number.
Fine with me, you fuck around and find out real quick.
Favorite part of playing with you, Jen.
The 38 for those at home.
Reality shatters around you,
Metal.
splintering like glass, ice, and the fragments of your memory folds and bends until you're all very aware of 3 people suddenly there beside you. You hear one say, "Isn't that the clever thing you've done? But it won't work."
Are we all seeing these people?
They seem to flicker in and out of reality, unable to hold a corporeal form next to you, but you know they're there because their existence is there. Your mind is telling you they are there, but then they're not there. And then they reappear, and it's a cycle of understanding and not understanding, and it's strange.
Okay, first of all, I feel like that was probably one of the less clever things we've done today. And second of all, hi.
Are these ghosts?
Are you ghosts? Hi, who are you? What's going on? Any of these questions?
There's a chuckle from one of them. They call us ghosts. I think that's the best descriptor for us. There's a time we come into existence.
All ghosts are real.
Of course,
I am
ghosts are
afraid of
real.
ghost.
Jack is just gonna move behind Virida and Hyacinth.
The taller one approaches and holds up a friendly hand, and they'll say, I am Beltrix. I am a guide in between spaces. Punching a fold gate is a first for us.
That's the word. Gate.
What's a fold gate?
It's a gate that folds everything.
Does it do origami?
I don't know what that is.
What
Oh,
I'm
it-
hearing is invited to the poker table.
Ghosts chuckle at your banter and say, are you lost?
Yeah, I would say we're pretty lost at this point. Name's Viridia. Pleasure to meet you.
I mean, I've been lost this whole time. I just didn't want to say anything.
Don't worry, we knew.
What? No.
I lost in about every sense of the word, at least where I'm coming from. Don't know what a folding gate means. Don't know exactly where we are right now.
You are somewhere between reality and the physical realm, and the space that dimension holds and hops between reality and time. Beltrix kind of chuckles. The space between spaces. We
How-
can lead you out.
Through the gate?
No, the gate needs large data cubes to function.
What kind of data cubes?
Places that are tied to the gates.
Okay. So if we don't go through the gate, how do we get out? Because there's no door.
There's a small chuckle from Beltrix as they kind of press a hand against the wall and they kind of slide it almost to one side, as if it were a curtain. Not everyone sees with their physical eyes.
Walls are doors. Walls are doors, y'all. What?
That's the theme of this venture.
I thought you were all being facetious, but the walls are doors. Jack has a minor existential crisis at the wall being a door.
I mean, I just punched the door that was a wall, so.
Beltrix will step through and the other two will help you through the space. And you find yourselves back in the room full of sand, standing in front of what looks to be a rusted door, hidden behind the fold gate. Try not to punch things that cause a warp in reality. Veltrix chuckles very softly.
I don't know. This one ended up pretty satisfactory. We got out, so not in the habit of breaking winning streaks.
Veltrix chuckles. What a curious lot to come through here.
That's definitely one word for us.
I am making sure to once again pick up my new scaled child.
Of your new scaled child, and they cuddle back into you, and they kind of make this sound between what would best sound like a guinea pig and a small dog.
Just imagining a guinea pig barking right now, and that is the weirdest sound that I can possibly imagine.
But the door is there in front of you, and as you go to look back at the ghosts, they're no longer there.
Y'all saw the ghost people too, right? Like, it wasn't just something
We
that I
all
ate
saw
on
the ghost
accident?
people.
Okay. Just making sure it
Yes,
wasn't.
We're acquiring an interesting habit of getting lost in places and strange figures leading us out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than getting locked in places and nobody leading us out.
Very true. Very
That is true.
Hmm.
Mhm. So, what are we turning into Nate? Or are we turning in the stone to Nate, or are we turning in the dog to Nate?
I mean, I feel like that question can wait for later. I want to try this door first.
Right. We need to leave here. Good
Yes. Be very hard to get anything to Nate if we are still standing here.
Try the door, and it swings open with ease.
We should do that more often.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, it was a pull door, not a push this time.
Okay, I'll walk through the door, and where does it lead to?
You find yourselves in a large round room, decayed, filled with vines and other vegetation. The space below, as you kind of peer down over what would be a rusted guardrail, looks to be a small forest with a large tree glowing very softly in the middle, much like the tree you saw in the city below. This one is huge compared to that. This one is purple, almost the size of a redwood tree would be the most equivalent. And it just softly hums. No music, it just hums. And you see what looks to be bugs glowing and blinking with yellow light, kind of flickering around it, filling the space. And it's peaceful here, warm and welcoming. You can almost smell lavender, as if it was coming from the tree itself. And as you kind of follow this circular outline of this walkway, kind of following the edge of this sphere, you see its door kind of up on the top of a set of stairs, partially open, kind of rusted and worn.
Why does this part feel too easy to me?
Because you're pathologically untrusting, but also probably correct.
Not even 48 hours together and you already know me so well.
Out of character, I need merch with that on it. Please.
All right. So we got a rusted walkway, a forest, and a giant ass glowing tree. Who wants to lead the way? Got it.
I had an idea anyway. Golden.
Cool.
Someone give me something, either of Nate's or that smells a lot like the town we were in.
I have this terrible book I got from his shop.
Perfect. I will kind of hold my scale child up to the book. See if it catches the scent.
Pale child eats the book.
Well,
What?
Well, there goes that plan.
I think,
you weren't lying when they said dogs eat homework, huh?
yeah, it looks like you might have some house training to do with that one.
Something tells me this one's an outdoor dog.
Yeah, don't let it near any of your shoes.
I guess we're, unless anybody has any other bright ideas that involve my stuff getting eaten, I guess we're heading to the door.
Don't worry.
It's all doors.
If we come up against any obstacles along the way, I still have all of my explosives.
That sounds like an excellent way to destroy this walkway that we are standing on.
I mean, potentially, yeah, if we absolutely have to.
We don't.
Not yet.
Move across the corrugated floor and creaks and groans and protests, purely from age, but it holds firm. And you make your way up the steps, and you probably should get an updated shot when you leave this rusted space. But you pass through unbothered. Nothing harasses you. The smell of lavender follows you through this hallway, and as you push through the door, there is a room. Brightly glowing in tungsten yellow light, filled with screens and what looks to be an observation room. There's kind of tubes connecting to this door. And the juxtaposition between the two spaces is rather jarring. But it's there. And next to the observation window is an open door. You could pass through.
Is there anything on all the screens?
You look and it just blank screen. Doesn't seem like this room is currently in use, but it looks like it's been used quite recently or as part of something ongoing.
Do we see any like papers, clipboards, notices? Any documentation of who was recently here?
Nothing in this room. It just seems to be the doors, the tubes, and the observation room on the other side.
Well, at least we're near civilization now. Ish. Maybe.
I'll take Ish.
Ish is good. Ish is not no civilization.
I mean, I've been to enough ruins further down than anything should be to know that you're never far from some civilization.
It's true.
Let's just hope this is ours. Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
gonna head to the next door.
Alright. go into the next door, you step in, and Jack, make me a history/intelligence roll.
Okay. Find the right tab. 12.
So you're kind of walking through the space and step out into a long hall, kind of bisected by what looks to be wooden panels and painted white upper half. The smell of chemicals. Something clicks in your head. You're in the science center.
Where is the science center in the below?
It is. It's the heartbeat of the discoveries and knowledge that belong to the below. And probably somebody somewhere you shouldn't be.
Oh, we need to get out of here. This is the
Yeah,
science
that's
center.
what we were trying to do.
Right, but we're in the science center. We need to get out of here with the Cyphers that are in our possession. If I don't think that we would get to keep them.
Excuse me.
Hi, how are you?
As you turn, you see the last person you want to see. It's the lead sister of the watch. And they're staring down at you, quirked eyebrow. And they look towards the room you just left and look towards all of you. They tilt their head. I think we need to talk. And as they say that, we'll leave there for tonight as we're approaching time.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Oh,
I have no regrets.
No records?
You have
No, I don't know.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. Let's go around and on my channel, we do something a little bit different. We introduce ourselves at the start of the game, and you can find us all by typing in, I believe it's casting call? See if that works. I'll throw the link up in a
That did
moment.
not work.
But you'll find us all and the charities that we support coming up now in chat in our link. Let's go around and shout a few of them out. Who wants to start?
Yeah, I can just go ahead and start. All right. Well, first of all, hi everyone. I'm Sarah or Sir Hyican, either one. The charity that I am shouting out for this stream is the Advancement Project. It is a charity that works towards equity and racial justice, from educational equity to community investments, political voice, you name it, they probably do something for it. And then I have another special thing to shout out because there are 2 days left in a very special TTRPG bundle going on Itch right now. It is the bundle for Buffalo. It is a bundle put together by Len Meyer, who felt the need to, in a community-facing way, support the folks in Buffalo who were subject to a horrible crime that happened there. And there are a bunch of creators that donated their work to this bundle. There are quite a few incentives, from 5e supplements to subscriptions to channels and stuff, for donating certain amounts to this bundle. Like I said, there are 2 days left, so if you haven't already, definitely get on that, because folk livers still need our help.
Next, let's go with Emma.
Yeah, so hi, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm words. Hi, I'm Emma. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Okay, words are not in brain. I'd like to highlight the Belfast Trans Resource Centre. They are the only major trans-led transport charity in the UK. They do so much work, all mostly just across Northern Ireland, but with more resources, the network can grow, and they do some amazing work supporting the trans population, and they're great people, and they've helped a lot of my friends. So go and help them out.
Right. And Velvet.
Dark Beings, everyone. Thank you so much for having joined us. Like Sarah, my chosen charity is the Trevor Project, just because of all the good they do for the community at large, but specifically, trans folks, gender non-conforming folks, which is so desperately needed, especially now with all the, kind of socio-political violence going on in a lot of places. And I live in the US, and if you're also in the US, you see that shit going on. So that's why I've chosen them.
And Sarah.
Just piggybacking off of what Velvet just said, the Trevor Project is an incredibly important organization in our country. They also provide a lot of educational resources, so they can be your first stop shop for a lot of topics. And they post quite regularly on their social media, their educational resources, so definitely check them out. And that's the charity. My brain forgot the word charity there for a minute. Hitty, she is wild, y'all. That is the charity that all of my Twitch income is donated to every single time I receive a payout. So thank you everyone for helping me do that. I really appreciate it.
And I would like to thank you all for stopping in and going on this wonderful ride as I take you through the world of Numenera and this wonderful homebrew campaign. I champion the Little Princess Trust. It's a charity focusing on finding a cure for childhood cancers. They donate real hair wigs towards those who have lost their hair either through cancer treatments or other medical conditions. And they are something I super support.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, chat, for being here with us tonight. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for all of those channel point redemptions we got today. They are so much fun to get each and every single time we get to come and play these games. And as always, don't forget, eat something healthy and drink some water today. Take good care of your body. If you forgot your medications this evening, this is your gentle reminder that that is okay. It happens to the best of us. If that applies to you, amend as needed. And last but not least, if there is someone important in the world who you have not told is important to you, reach out to them tonight and let them know that they are important and that you care about them, because that is a very important thing to do, especially in this day and age. With that, we're going to all wave and say goodnight, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.